I'm not allowed to say, the guard replied bluntly. The two stepped out of the archives and into the hallway. I could have saved it. She quickly dropped into a much too deep bow, mentally scolding herself for such an inappropriate and Oh boy, that was beautiful. A short glide landed her next to the two scampering foals, where they proceeded to create a small ball of cloud. I got that wrong. She created a small ball of cloud herself, not they. I'm just happy to see Misty out and about, playing like they are now. Wrong voice, oh shit. It probably wasn't at all important, but she couldn't help but wonder what went in her mother's mind sometimes. That sentence was borked. Little concentrated, rolling the round. Determination emanated from the foal, and she pushed. No, not what? Nope. And then after that, school. Foreshadowing. Oh boy. Her shield protected her from the majority of the impact and flying debris. Crudelos was there. Why don't you put some music on? She offered. I can handle the dishes. I retired his record back to the shelf and carefully placed Sapphire's vinyl out. Pulled Sapphire's vinyl out. Fuck. Ooh, this is one of Bonbon's favorites. Latero was grinning. No, fuck, it's grinning, not gwinning. Wait, so you're not supposed to smell like that? She pressed cautiously. Celestia smiled in amusement before levitating the parchment over to Magic. The aura... Levitating the parchment over to Magic? That doesn't make sense. Twilight is not magic. Well, I guess she is. She most likely didn't mean for Twilight to go sit on a bench in the private wing and read adventure stories for hours on end. But, all the same, without needing to... For a moment, she acted as if her glare alone could cause the door to open for her bidding. God damn it, why am I fucking up? Why am I fucking up so many lines? I really gotta teach you a... Yeah, I know that one terribly. Right. We thought you were only a week old. Oh, wow. Sounds like she's having fun. Vladimir relarked. Relarked? What? That's not a word. Ooh, tell us everything, Twilight. What's his name? How did you meet? What's he like? What did your family think of him? This fucking story. I love this story. I love it so much. Looking up, Spike bore the biggest smirk of all as he finished reading out the letter. After you decided to let him... I just can't. No. Slowly, Twilight put on a smile of her own, with her left eye starting to twitch a little. That's very, very good to hear. Someone's gonna die. Not that he was surprised. Queen Chrysalis couldn't stand seeing children come to harm, no matter the species. Being the mother... Well, that went well. The horrid smell caused both changelings to gag, and they looked back to see Walnut was tossing and turning, a scared look on his face. As he began to grumble... Zen rolled his eyes, as best as a changeling can, before he replied. Oh, yeah, you've never done infiltration. Sylph repositioned him until he was in a more natural embrace. Let's emblazon this pony onto my chest. Why not? That sounds like a fun thing to do. Ta-da! It's your stuff. Her Majesty decided we could give them back to you. And... He dramatically whipped out the faded blue blanket. Banket? No, that's not a word. Banket is not a word. It sounds almost like a pamphlet for a bank, and I definitely don't want one of those. The unicorn nodded and ran off. Luna then ran down the hall to beautiful. If we must, then we must. Go to the papers and tell them to order as I've previously... Luna, did you just have a stroke? Yes? Celestia gave her a sideways look. I hoped you would have to get away down to the... God damn it, you're failing me today. Why are they so shit? Celestia looked behind her and swooped to the side. The snowball sailed... Snowball? I'm sorry, but this is not sewing class. Celestia looked around and spied a nearby tree. Snow falling... It's supposed to be filling the branches. Forming into more snowballs. Luna's snowbank stopped, and Celestia mowed a... It's supposed to be allowed, not a mowed. And the kitchens report a proper meal schedule able to last. Fuck. A very stern pony. I need a good ow, shit, what the fuck? That was weird, my eye just twitched. Like, involuntarily, what the hell is that? Celestia smiled at the sight while Twilight was barely able to keep a somewhat normal expression. Inside, she was combusting with a sight... my insides just combusted from excitement of the imminent event. With a sigh of exasperation, Caden stood and cantered over to the kitchen door. Hey! We need milk and bread in here! Oh my god, that is sadistic. Shining Armor stepped forward behind her sister. Behind? That doesn't sound right. No. Twilight mumbled, putting her tiny hoof down next to Celestia's. Somebody might get confused. God damn it, Spy Hunter, I don't care. Go away, I'm trying to record here. In an almost literal flash, Trixie was beside her, pulling her into a deep hug. That sentence got borked. And with a quick nip of Starlight's ear, Trixie sauntered out of the room, leaving a sputtering unicorn in her wake. It's so cute! So she has Snowfall if she knew any spell that allowed for, well, instantaneous music creation. And may your harvest be blount. Every pony looked at Kevin. I'm sorry, I just had a stroke. Leave me alone. How could you have been so completely and outrageously dull? Well, I just became a frog. That they found themselves approaching a certain fashion boutique, which was owned, managed, and lived in by a most especially special pony indeed. Sweetie oh god, no! Rarity pried Sweetie's hooves from her, and she knelt down. Kneeled, not knelled, that's not a word, I'm sorry. Her body shivered in the chilly weather as she hanged the last hearth-warming lights around her living room. Being crushed... Right, I just died. He tightened the hug, feeling her carapace give away to his caress. Caress, not caress, that's not a word. He needed no explanation of what it was. For who he... Marble and Pinky trotted into the kitchen and sat down at the ending table. Dining table, what? Ending table? Is the universe about to end or something, and that's why they're sitting there to discuss how to do it? Wouldn't surprise me, it's the Pie family. Hell. Marble said, casting a smile towards Limestone. Thank you for cooking the meal. Hell, where'd that come from? Rock dumplings are just simple black Well, let's eat, Limestone declared, dropping out of the rock dumpling. Her eyes rolled back in her head, and she let out a little sigh of satisfaction. Oh, these are really good. Oh, that's supposed to be Marble, not Limestone. Fuck! She never got to spend a lot of time with Limestone and Marble since she'd moved, and it was one... She jumped as she suddenly noticed that her outstretched foreleg, besides bearing a black winter boot, was green. Green, you idiot. It's green. It's meant to be green.
I know just what to do.
The Grinchulus laughed in her throat.
I'll turn into a pony and make a festive yoke.
Ow, my back is starting to hurt. Grinchulus and discord continued.
What a great Grinchly con to deceive.
Chrysalis' voice should not be distorted right now. Flurry still smiling with glee. She left the castle behind without a care. Decorations discord. I just had a stroke.